All right, guys, welcome back. Central Florida Prepper here. We are live, hopefully. So, as usual, I gotta wait for another device to kick on, pick up the stream, so I can check audio since I am having audio issues. So, waiting for that. All right, I do have audio issues, so stand by. Testing one, two, three. He likes to give me a very deep voice. All right, so we are good here. At least we're good on my end. All right, guys. So got a lot of people here already. Renee Thomas, always good to see you. I remember subbing to your channel a good while back. I believe it was a shout out on Marpugo TV, and I went over there and subbed. So it's been a minute. Kevin Fugelfam, yeah, I caught your message there, buddy. So yeah, there's been a lot of things going on here at the house, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to run two channels. We just started our second channel a couple days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. Wyoming Homestead. So I wanted to thank everybody that had went over there and subscribed. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate y'all supporting me in that way. Got a news network. Good to see you. Snafu Snaps, I see you in here. John, always good to see you. Josh, how's it going, buddy? I did see Anthony Electric. Cause faucet is off. Kevin Fugelfam, I wished it was because my faucet was off. When I was trying to get everything set up for my live stream, I had just got finished attaching our exterior additional lighting to the truck. I did a video on that. I just posted it over there on the other channel. So I went, took a shower. Everything was good. Ate dinner. Everything was good. And went to go wash my hands. No water. Nothing. So I went across, talked to my neighbors across the street. They're fine. Talked to my neighbor next to me. She's got water. The other neighbor next to me has water. The neighbors behind me have water. I do not have water, not running water. Now I got plenty of stored water, yes, but it's very weird, okay? No, there is no water bill here. It's all figured in with the rent and all that good stuff. So not sure what's going on. I've got to go take a look at that. I was trying to get that video uploaded, trying to get this live stream set up and troubleshoot at the same time. So yeah, been busy. I did see Magic Prepper step in. I'm driving home, but I'll gladly listen. Good to see you, Magic Prepper, and congratulations on breaking your 1,000 subscriber mark, buddy. Very proud of you. I'm glad you finally got that. Happy Friday the 13th to bankers. Yeah, I'm still upset over that whole bank issue. Concerned citizen, good evening. Checking in from the Gulf Coast. Good to see you, bud. Lois Young, good to see you. Overland Rob, good to see you, bud. Manifestation Imagination, haven't get around to sending the email yet. Yeah, I went and looked for that email. I was hoping you'd come on tonight so I could tell you I did not receive it. But that's quite all right. Just hit me up whenever you can, buddy. Got some cool tips I want to share with you. All right, bud, no problem. Again, that's Central Florida Prepper at hotmail.com. Yeah, definitely hit me up, bud. Definitely looking to check that out. All right, no audio. Donna Sensinger. I've got audio. I just checked. So that is definitely something on your end, I am afraid. So I got my phone over here. I got my earpiece plugged in so I can hear that. Who else we got here? Ryder Dust. Did you go check and see if someone turned your water off? Ryder Dust, I did not. And you know what? You may be correct on that one, buddy. Like I said, I was really busy. After all the stuff that's been going on around here, that's very possible. Because if I trace down my water line, I do have a turn off on the outside near the electrical meter, which is, I don't know why they have the water turn off, near an electrical box, but they do. Probably not smart. But you know what? Let me go check that out. You're probably correct on that. Wandering American, good to see you. All right, guys. So we've got some things to go over. Again, okay, weird, but finally got it. All right, cool deal. Again, guys, let me turn my volume down on that phone. That was not blaring and picking up on the mic. Again, I want to thank every single one of y'all that have went over to my secondary channel and subscribed over there. I do appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep everything geared over there towards my homesteading adventure journey / what am I doing. So yeah, that's why the truck is on there. That's why today's video with the I don't know if y'all remember me doing a review on the Z-Moon lights, the LED lights. Well, I ordered a second set and they went on the truck today, because I do have a set that we had originally set out outside the house, and I hooked up to my solar so I can always just flip a switch and floodlight the yard. So I did that today. That video is over there. So everything that's gearing towards our move with the homestead and, you know, getting there and also building there is all going to be over there. Again, I'm going to try to keep all the prepping videos here. When we cover news over here, which I don't cover a lot of news, guys. I did discuss why now, because it's just irritating when with other people start getting involved and start their stuff. Manifestation of imagination. Hold on a second, I just jumped here. How's it going? The planned move. Looking forward to seeing when it guys get out to Wyoming. Yeah. So am I. The planned move still going. It looks like it's going to be around the second week of January. I know my wife's birthday and my birthday is pretty close together, and she wants to spend it with her mom up in Tallahassee. Had to think where her mom lives. So we're going to stay here until after the second week, and then we're going to start moving. So yeah, I'm not giving away the location just yet where we're moving to. We're moving from Florida. The location where I'm going to first is going to be a surprise for everybody, and we're going to stay there, winter out, and then we're going to go ahead and head to Wyoming when the ground thaws. I say spring, but spring is, it could be at the beginning of spring or late spring, whatever. It's probably going to be in May. It just depends. I've got some contacts not too far from my location there in Rawlins, and they said they'll let me know when the ground's okay to start excavating. So, Herman F., good to see you. What's up? All right, what else we got? I know I probably missed some people. I do apologize for that. Grace Race, first time watching, recommended by Renee Thomas. Well, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. I know Kevin Fugelfam said he shouted me out on her channel, which was awesome. Thank you for that. Okay. Dale James, how you doing, buddy? Central PA, 36 degrees here. Nice and cozy. I was raised in the mountain areas of North Carolina. I do not like the heat, guys. I like it nice and cool. I've worked in Wyoming twice, and I worked in North Dakota. And yeah, I've got to do the winters there too. So yeah, I do know what I'm getting into, guys. Been there, done that. Now the homesteading aspect of it, that's new to me. I mean, we did everything by hand. I lived on a small farm there in North Carolina when I was younger. So yeah, I mean, each state has its own challenges, let's put it that way. But you know, it's just the way I am. I'm not a city guy at all. WV Prepared Mind, good to see you, girl. No worries, it's hard to watch the comments and do live stream, but been on plenty of streams now. I know how crazy that gets. Yeah, I try to watch when it moves. That's why I have my phone over there hooked up, because I can see what's going on there too. So since StreamYard does not show me my mods, you know, usually you see the mods in blue. I have to have the other phone so I can catch what my mods are talking about. And because let's face it, I've got quite a bit of mods here, which I'm not complaining. I like having a lot of mods. I've got very good people for mods. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let me grab some tea. And yes, that is tea, guys. All right, so I do want to talk about something. Somebody had mentioned on my other channel when I was showing the Chevy Tahoe. They had mentioned I need to start doing. They were warning me some things on the Chevy Tahoe, things that they have encountered with the transmission, things like that. I definitely appreciate the suggestions on that. I am a mechanic by trade. I'm a welder by trade. I've been doing welding most of the time, but I have worked as a mechanic as trade for several years, and I worked on my own vehicles my whole life. I never got to take them to a car garage ever. Before we travel, anytime with any vehicle I ever have, I don't just change the oils. I change the transmission filter, change all the fluids, change out the rear differential fluid. Well, first I check and make sure it's not wrong. Usually I get 80, 90 gear oil for that. Check the transfer case, brakes, whole 9 yards. They made a very good point about the fuel pump. Electric fuel pumps that sit in the gas tank, when they go out, they just go out. And yeah, trust me, I know that. I've actually had that happen with my 89 Camaro at one time. All my older cars, they've always been mechanical fuel pump, sits on the side of the engine block. Usually gives you a heads up. It feels like it's bamming, bam, 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 before it goes out. So you have time to get somewhere and change it out. Electric fuel pump, when they go out, they just fry. But when they go out, they just go out. I mean, they're not hard to change out. Flash front prepping, Chevy, yes. Now, to settle the ever so going Chevy, Dodge, Chevy, Dodge, Ford, the whole thing, I've owned all of them before, okay? And my favorite is the ones that I can fix, because I've had Chevys break down, I've had Fords break down, I've had Dodges break down, I've had Toyotas break down, I've had a Geo break down, which is a General Motor. So yes, it doesn't matter what type of vehicle you got, they're not made to last anymore. Fortunately, I was raised repairing my own vehicles. One of the reasons I get older vehicles is because I can fix them, and they're cheaper. Also, a newer vehicle has a trial period where things start breaking as soon as they come off the line. Josh Connor, Ford. Yes, I did have a 76 Mustang. It was a Mustang 2, and that sucker put me side of the road all the time. But that sucker run like a scalded cat. It was a bad little car. I liked it. Of course, I modified a lot of stuff on it. Unfortunately, when I talk about my muscle cars in the past, it's not I went and bought a muscle car and got to drive it around. No, I got a junk heap out of a car auction that was either barely running or not running, and then I had to fix it up. So yeah, I've been working on it for a long time. 2002 Silverado with over 300,000 miles. That's actually very, very good for that year of a model. Ford F-150, GMC truck I really love. Yeah, I like a lot of the older Ford F-150s. I'm not real big on the newer vehicles, only because I don't have the equipment to diagnose the new vehicles. Let's put it that way. So when relays and everything starts acting up, I don't have the stuff to trace it down. I just don't. But also, I don't have the patience to work on them. All right, so we're busy. Plus, I have the winter season funk. Oh, excuse me. My truck is 10 years old and looks new. Yeah, Florida is horrible on paint job, guys. All right, so I got some news here I do want to discuss, only because I want to call out the crap I'm reading. No, it's not the impeachment stuff, even though we can all roll our eyes at that one. That there just shows how manipulative and one-sided the system is. All right. But the man did say he was going to go in and start draining the swamp and shake some things up, and guess what? He did. And he's paying for it too, because they started attacking him as soon as he hit office. So CBS News, I know it's CBS, but they cover this report, and I'm going to bring up this report because some stuff in there I want people to start thinking about. World must hit peak meat by 2030 to avoid climate crisis, scientists say. Oh yeah, here we go again. With livestock production contributing to climate change, People need to drastically reduce how much meat they eat to help stave off ecological disaster, a group of scientists warn. A group of vegans? Nothing wrong with you're a vegan. I don't tell you you can't eat something. Don't tell me what I can't do. In a letter published to the Lancet Planetary Health, more than 50 scientists recommend setting 2030 as the peak year for meat consumption, after which it needs to drop dramatically. It's the same year that the United Nations International Panel on Climate Change has set as a de facto deadline for the world to sharply cutting carbon emission. Okay, United Nations, who do you think you are? All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this report. I want to discuss some of the stuff here I'm thinking on this, and of course I want to see what you got to say too. All right, decreasing livestock production is important for two major reasons. According to the letter, the first has to do with carbon footprint of animal husbandry itself. Estimates vary, but a UN report found that raising animals for slaughter accounts for nearly 15% of global greenhouse emission gas. That's 5 times as much as air travel and twice as much as notoriously wasteful fashion industry. Really? You're going to tell me raising cattle for slaughter, raising for the meat house, causes more greenhouse gases than air travel and notoriously wasteful fashion industries? The guys dumping stuff in the water, guys, you can look and just see the plumes of smoke coming up. Really? The cows are making more. All right. That comes from fertilizer-intensive farming of grain to feed animals, the disposal of their manure, the digestion process of sheep, cattle, and goats. Of course, they had to get the cow farts in. All right. If the livestock sector were to continue with business as usual, this sector alone would account for 49% of the emission budget for a 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2030. You're going to tell me cattle raising is going to produce up to 49% of the greenhouse gas emissions. The second reason is that much of the land now being used for livestock could be put to use repairing the climate. Several recent studies have shown that planting massive amounts of trees could absorb a significant portion of extra carbon in the Earth's atmosphere. Now, I've been saying this for a very long time on this. When you want to tear down trees and rainforests, you need to also be forced to plant trees. If you've got to build a huge industry, whatever land you clear, you got to sit there and you got to replace it somewhere. All right. Now, I've always said that. You can check my past videos on that. If you want to fix some things, get the trees back in the ground. I'm not a tree hugger. It's just common sense. I learned this stuff back in grade school, and now they're acting like it's recent studies have shown. I'm fixing to turn 41 in January. It's been around that long that I know of. And the thing that ticks me off is when the Amazon was on fire, these same climate scientists said it doesn't matter if the trees are there or not. But now recent studies show that it helps clear. This is all rigged, every single bit of this. A widely discussed study in Science from July found that a massive worldwide program to plant forests could absorb as much as 2/3 the carbons humans have emitted since pre-industrial times. Now, I will agree. Planting trees, that is Earth's filter, okay? When they start cutting the stuff down, that's when there's an issue. All right, you start cutting down that process that filters out our air, filters out all this carbon dioxide. I think it's carbon dioxide, yeah. And it's not around. Of course, carbon dioxide is going to be bad, but apparently now it's recent news, and this dumb hick knew it a long time ago, and most people do. All right, restoring natural vegetation such as forests is currently the best option at scale for removing CO2 from the atmosphere. However, much of the land that could accommodate trees is today used for livestock. The Lancaster letter says, if that doesn't get reforested, the best option for large-scale CO2 removal just disappears. That increases the risk of temperatures rising high enough to tip various Earth systems to unstable states. All right. Most of your cattle land here in America is high plains, deserts, plains. There's not many trees that grow there in those areas anyway, mainly because of the high wind areas. If you want to get on combat on, we got to grow trees, you need to go back to where they're tearing them down. That's what you need to deal with. And most of these places that are tearing down these trees are your big industry. The ones that you're getting your little extra money for the political gain, that's what you need to be attacking, not the ranchers. All right? Back at it. While climate change is a global problem, sorry, I chuckled myself up. The letter is aimed at richer countries, which consume most of the world's meat. Whatever meat that we produce and eat here in America, that's not the world's meat, that's Americans' meat. Just let you know. Now, there is some things that are imported, sure, all right, but they're aiming for the richer countries. The general trends are high-income countries are nutritionally better off. That's true. We eat a lot more food, a lot more calories per meal per day than other countries. Why? Because we have it available. Our land is more fertile. Our infrastructure is better. All right, so let's keep on reading. Are generally over-consuming calories and are consuming large quantities of animal-based foods, often at high levels than what is recommended for their health, says Martin Heller, a research scientist at the Center of Sustainable Systems at the University of Michigan, in a signatory to the letter. I don't know what a signatory is to a letter, but okay. By contrast, get some more water here. No, this is tea, sorry. By contrast, many poor countries eat very little meat. India eats the least, with an average consumption of 7 pounds per person last year. The average resident in Tanzania, Ghana, Pakistan, Indonesia, or Haiti consumes less than 25 pounds of meat in 2018. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, in 2018, the typical American consumes nearly 10 times that amount of meat. I love being American. One thing I want to point out, the very first country they labeled, India, eats less than average consumption of 7 pounds per meat. Well, one thing, they're praying to their cows. They don't slaughter beef. Okay? That's a sacred animal there. So let's make sure we figure in everything before we run with they only eat 7 pounds of meat. And why is that? It's not because they're poor, it's because they're worshiping the animal that they could be eating. So let's clear that out. And you know what? Everyone's entitled to their own religious beliefs, but I want the whole facts when they run with a story. Americans eat 42% more meat, eggs, and nuts than nutritionally recommended according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, while just eating 3/4 of the recommended amount of vegetables and less than half the recommendation amount of fruit. Okay, well, that is their choice. You have a right to eat whatever the heck you want to in any country, as long as it doesn't break their laws. And that's the thing, they're laws. All right. And here we go again. A UN study found that a sustainable level of meat consumption amounts to about half the current levels for an individual. That works out to be about 1 hamburger a week. That's sustainable meat eating. That's what they want to push. And I guarantee you it's not going to be good old Black Angus beef. It's going to be that lab-grown meat that they've been pushing. They come out with a couple years back, And they said they're going to get it on the shelves, and they're pushing hard for it. But a climate conscious diet doesn't mean cutting out animal products altogether. Not all land is sustainable for farming. Cattle, goats, camels, or sheep could be put to graze on lower quality acres that can't support crops for human consumption. In my own menu choices, I'm not a vegetarian. I do eat meat, Heller said. I just make that a rare occasion, and even having a burger is a kind of special treat, not an everyday occurrence. All right. Excuse me. I had to get my dip out. I'm sorry, guys. I missed a lot of your comments while I was reading that. Let me get some thoughts out here. One, the UN. All right. UN wants to tell everybody what they can and can't do. Not going to happen. If you want conflict, try taking this fat boy's burgers away from him. All right. Now, pushing this agenda, making it more difficult for ranchers, especially small ranchers at that, to be raising crops, cattle, and sent to the slaughterhouse for meat production. All right, that's going to put a huge hamper on that. They don't want people being self-sufficient. This is another self-sufficient thing. They want to have full control over your food. That way, when it comes to time to make you do what they want, your food has just been cut off. Look at pioneer days and technology today. There is so much information that is lost right now with the advancement of technology. Now, there's a bunch of people now trying to get back in touch with what things used to be as far as manufacturing. You're not a fat boy. That's right. I'm the new trans slender. All right. Yeah. I am 214 pounds. I am a little overweight. I'm working on it. Let me get back here and see what I missed here in the chat, guys. I do apologize. I know that was a little bit longer article, but I want to get that information out. And that was, I will come back and put the link up for you guys. That was CBS News, and I just lost it. All right. And the title was, World Must Hit Peak Meat by 2030. So y'all can read that article yourself, but I will go back and post that in the description box for y'all later, so you can always check that out. Control everything includes us. Yes, exactly. Now, if they're able to cut off our food supply, you can make anybody do what you want. All right. First, they're going after your Second Amendment. All right, they're going to take that away. And it's going to be slow. It's not going to be running out and grab everything at once. You're going to keep passing laws, pass another law, and the next thing you know, you can't either get that or you can't get the ammunition required, which is not protected underneath the Second Amendment. Ammunition is not protected. So, well, I'll reload. Okay, then there's going to be a ban on black powder. Why? Because all of a sudden there was a domestic tea event where they started using black powder to manufacture, you know what? And yes, guys, I can't say certain things. I keep on getting hit. So they just worked their way down. All right. So once you have no way of protecting yourself and making a stand against, well, an M1 Abram, okay, and they'll use militarized vehicles roll on you, especially the UN. You take away food supply, you'll make a whole country crumble. All right, they will fall to their knees, not begging for it. They'll fall to their knees from dying from starvation. All right, and I like how they go with the richer countries. It is not our country's fault that these other countries' land is so poor, the soil is tainted. That's not on us. That's their mismanagement. All right. If you look at some of these countries that they claim, look at the crookedness in their politics and their figureheads. They don't care nothing about the lower people at all. They get all their big amounts of stuff. They put it aside for themselves and screw the little guy. Now, some could say that happens here in America, and yes, it does, but not on the same scale. So, just want y'all to think about that. Let me see what's going on here in the chat, guys. Sadly, you only get one shot of the black powder. Yeah, that is true. Homeless female, bad news. Lois Young, have you ever heard of meat eaters tell vegan worshippers what to eat? You know, I don't care if someone's vegan or vegetarian or whatever. You know, I just don't want anybody infringing on what I'm doing and telling me I have to stop. All right, not going to happen. I don't go and tell anybody, I can't believe you're eating that. What about their feelings? You know, I'm not going to get into that. All right, I'm not going to tell anybody what they can and can't do as far as their eating habits. Since we'll probably be read or heard about the fish dying off in the oceans of California coast. Now Alaska hatchery is canceling their hatchery of cod, so we are having a hard time finding cod. Renee, yes, I have seen some clips on that. I have not gotten into the news on that. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, and it's not just here. It's all over the world. There's a lot of fish dying off. And it's not just the saltwater fish, guys. There's a lot of freshwater fish that's dying off. Not sure what's going on with that. Like I said, I've just seen clips in my news feeds on this, and I've been seeing it for the last couple of months, and it has been escalating. I don't know what's behind that because, like I said, I have not gotten into it. But yes, you are absolutely correct. So now it'll be harder to find. Yeah. I mean, it's massive amounts of fish. It's not just 2 or 3 fish. We're talking thousands at a time washing up. So yeah, I mean, I know that the ocean's warming up. I'm not going to deny that. But what they fail to also bring in, they also talk about the desalinization of the ocean with fresh water from the melting glaciers run into the salt water, which is changing the ocean, the currents, which is also creating warmer climate. Well, they fail to mention, they keep on talking about greenhouse gases. And I did read an article today about the snow melt off, the ice melt off in the Arctic and the Antarctic, releasing gases that are contributing to greenhouse effects. What they fail to talk about is the active volcano regions that are under, like the Antarctic. It's there. The reports are out there. They just don't want to talk about it. If you read, and it's not even that hard to research, you can just start Googling basic active volcanoes under the Arctic, and you'll see plenty of evidence is there. But they don't want to talk about that. That's what's melting their ice caps. Because if you look at their melt, it's not from the outside. They keep on talking about it's melting from the inside up, from underneath. So they say, well, it's because the water's warming up. Well, yeah, if you have an active volcano up and underneath the water, and there's ice on top of it, just saying, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. All right. Got to run. All right, Manifestation Imagination. Appreciate you stopping in, bud. Don't forget to hit me with that email, man. Unedible food. Let's see what else we got here. Check out Alaska fisheries. They don't have deep sea fishing, something like that. The clams in Oregon are all dying along with the starfish. All right, what else we got here? Ring of Fire is active. Yes, MG Toe. The Ring of Fire is active. More than likely, everybody here knows Dutch Sense and his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of great information. The guy's way smarter than me as far as tracking down those activity, as far as the volcano and earthquakes, things like that. If you haven't ever heard of him, guys, go check him out. He is on YouTube. Lois Young, I were just goofing off about the meat and veggies. Lois, I didn't actually see your comment earlier. I missed that, but yeah, I figured whatever was going on was just was a running joke there, guys. Everyone else, we all get along here, so I'm pretty sure whatever it was received as a joke too. So you're good. Let's see what else we got here. All right, you guys can make sure that y'all can always put your questions and stuff up here so I can see it, and I'll address it if I can. If I don't have the answer, guys, I'll always let y'all know. Flash, are you behaving? Johnny Cash, Lois, LOL. I like Johnny Cash. All right, I like Dutch. I just can't deal with his whining all the time. LOL. I like your show. All right, so some quick updates here. We will be going to St. Augustine Monday, this upcoming Monday, guys. Wife and I are going to be taking our Christmas vacation / we need a vacation. We will be leaving Monday. We will be spending a week out there, and then we come back here and start packing up everything. And it will be about the second week of January is when we're going to start our move. So yeah, we still have a lot of stuff. Where in Florida are you? I'm in Apopka. I'm right outside of Orlando. Actually, I'm south of Apopka. I'm a firm believer in letting people be who they are as long as they are not imposing. The screen jump, guys. I'm sorry. Imposing on me. I support all Americans. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm pretty sure it was meant as a joke to begin with. There, Josh. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a joke to begin with. But yeah, I completely agree with you. There's methane gas coming up from California. We're going to coast 300 miles out. There's a huge volcano. Calamity rain. Yes, there is. I have seen that many months ago. It was during the Ridgecrest, that event there with the earthquake, and NASA had their planes flying over doing the ground penetrating radar. First, I come across that story on Lisa Haven. She ran that story. She had a specialist guy there talking about it on her show, and the way that they're routing this stuff it was looking to me like they were tracing lava tunnels, lava flumes, the tunnels. And there was a lot of talk about some of these wildfires that were starting off was due to vented gas that was coming through. There were supposedly a lot of hot spots that were picking up on thermal imagery, and there was no fires near those hot spots. So a lot of weird stuff was going on there. And yes, I did see a lot of the methane that was coming up in the oceans. And I've been seeing that more and more in all different locations, not just California. But since you did bring up California and Oregon, for most of you guys here, just about all y'all already know about, Mark Google TV has been covering a lot with the Cascadia subduction zone, the big one, the biggest big one. And if you start looking at the activity that's going on that coastline with the Ring of Fire and everything, something's up. They've been calling it for a very long time. I know he's been covering it for a very long time. So we know something's going to happen. We just don't know when. And you start seeing methane release, massive amount of methane in the ocean. Bedrock doesn't just crack for any reason to start releasing gases unless something's going on. But I am no seismologist. I am no geologist. I am just an idiot with a camera, a cheap laptop, and internet connection. But I can start putting the dots together. So, and I know there's a lot of people get upset about, well, it's all fake news. It's all fake news. You know, when you run a story and start talking about an idea, and that's what this is, it's an idea, and you start connecting things together from other information that you're pulling from, you're drawing from, and you start connecting things together, it's a running theory. It doesn't mean it's dead fact. It just means it's a running theory. And with theories, they need to be checked out. And a lot of people, I see it, especially on the internet. Most of the people that get on that wagon there is because they don't want their own reality shattered. They live in this little bubble, and they don't want nothing bothering what's going on in that little bubble. And then when something like this is talked about, they freak out. Like I talked about in the past, I've seen the chats where, oh, my anxiety is so high, y'all got to quit talking about this. if your anxiety is high because someone's discussing something in a calm manner, you've got some bigger issues than what people are talking about. Okay, you need to wake up. All right. Now I get there are some people with anxiety problems. I get that. But why go to a channel that's discussing this stuff and start screaming and hollering my anxiety's up? Y'all quit. No, no, you know what? Best thing for you to do is go and turn it off and go watch the Care Bears or something. All right. I know that's mean. I'm a real. Trust me, I know I'm an asshole. I don't. I apologize for that, but all right. What we got here? It said news out there that the governor of Virginia told some small group of staffers that before or the beginning of the year in January that he was going to turn off electricity, cell phones, etc. I have not seen that report yet. I do have some friends in Virginia. I will relay that to them and see what they say about that. I haven't heard anything about that. So definitely appreciate you bringing that to our attention there. Water Bob. All right, I'm trying to scroll through here and see what I'm missing, guys. All right, the Ring of Fire. Chat just jumped, so I got to catch up here, guys. I'm trying to backtrack to see what I'm missing. And let's not forget the UN troops on the Mexican side of the border from Arizona to Texas. I have not seen any confirmation on that. It does not mean that is not true. I really appreciate it if you have some information as far as regarding this. If you wouldn't mind sending it to my email at centralfloridaprepper@hotmail.com so I can take a look at it. But I have not seen any confirmation on this yet. I have heard of it before. But if you will, please definitely send me that intel so I can take a look at it myself. All right, let's see here. Oh man, a lot of people are going to have their reality broke. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Watch Glow Worm Adventures. Care Bears was the only thing I could think of. I remember watching it when I was a kid. I was probably like 18, 19. I was like first grade. All right, let's see what we got here. Waking up is stressful. Stick with Care Bears. Yeah, exactly. CP, what do you think about the governor of Virginia sending in National Guards to the 80 such possible countries who will not obey unconstitutional laws? Let me slow down and take a look at this again. What do you think about the governor of Virginia sending in the National Guard to the 80 such possible countries who will not obey unconstitutional laws? I'm not really sure if I'm understanding that. One, the governor can't send National Guards to foreign countries over their laws. That doesn't make any sense to me there. The National Guard would be used on the state side in protection if they need to enforce something. But as far as 80 such possible countries who will not obey unconstitutional law, that's not going to be the National Guard being sent by the governor. But like I said, if you got intel on that you want to share, please make sure you send it to my email so I can take a look at it. But I'm not following that. When I say I'm not following, I'm not understanding what you're saying there. Grace Reyes, I live in Virginia. This summer was a lot of National Guard exercises in the summer. Yeah, now there was a lot of drills being held the last 2 years, actually. Quite a bit of drills. Fallout Shelter, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. If you can't get here in time, just get here when you can. Absolutely, man. That news is on Steve Quayle channel. I have never been to that channel, so I have to check that out. a lot of things go on other channel, guys, that I don't know about. Quite frankly, I've got a lot of other channels I am getting news from and following my own articles I'm checking on when I have time to look at it. I don't have time all day long to check every channel. I have a lot of stuff going on right now with preparation for this move. So I'm not denying that this is being said. I'm just saying I have not seen it. So let's be clear on that. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying I have not come across this. That's why, if you got articles or something like that to, show me on that, just send it to my email so I can take a look at it. There's a video on YouTube on how Mexico turned over their National Guards to United Nations. Yeah, any information like that, please feel free to send that to me, because, yeah, I haven't heard of any of this. So, yeah, definitely send it to me. From my steamy pile of brass. Yeah, I agree with it. Rip Curl, he was saying counties, not countries. Counties, okay. Now that is very interesting. Yeah, the National Guard will roll in on that with the governor putting them in play, because the governor can also call for martial law in an area. Rip Curl, good to see you, buddy. I did email you earlier this week. I don't know if you got it or not, man. So that I was going to try to get you on tonight, but we didn't get hooked up yet. Next Friday we'll be going live from St. Augustus, wherever. It's here in Florida. I'm not a Floridian person. I was raised elsewhere. When we go on our vacation, we will do a live stream there on Friday night, so we won't miss that. Handsome tonight. Yeah, I'm exhausted, buddy. I really am. I still say keep an eye on the sky. I wouldn't tell you in time to save yourselves. Oh, they wouldn't tell you in time to save yourselves. Oh, yeah. I mean, you should always keep alert on a lot of things. I mean, with all the information going on, with all the warnings and drills we keep seeing in the news right now with the asteroids and meteors and things like that, it makes you wonder if something's fixing to happen. They are obviously not going to tell you beforehand, because if something big was coming, this would be a massive panic. They're not going to put up with that. My thoughts. Doesn't mean I'm right. Just my thoughts. I believe he's asking what you think about the 80 counties in Virginia that won't comply with the red flag laws and other gun laws in Virginia. Okay, I got you. Now, I do have a friend as a Virginia prepper. He's got a YouTube channel. He's been covering this a lot. He's out there in Virginia. It is very possible they're going to have a very bad day if they try to. Okay. Now, with the red flag laws, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. All right. I've talked about this in the past, that when they come for the Second Amendment and stuff, this is one of the things, they're using a red flag law where someone can call in and say that you're a threat to yourself or others, or they think you are, and they come in and confiscate your firearms, and then you got to go to court to prove that you're okay and all that stuff, and you might get them back and you might not. All right, but you got to do all that legal stuff to get your own firearms back. Yeah, that will come into play. That is definitely going to be used, because if they do a massive roundup, we're driving through your street on the loudspeaker, surrender your arms, that's not going to turn out very well for them at all. But now if they do this and they go house to house systematically, if somebody pops off something, all right, let's say there's one person, let's say there's a family of 5 in a house. Father, mother, or whatever, today's society, whatever. All right, we're not going to get into that. They got some kids. So odds are the 2 adults are not going to sit there and lock and load when they got 3 little guys inside the house. All right, because they're family. Their job as parents is to protect their children. All right. So let's just say that they decide, no, you got to pry it from a cold dead hands. and they decide they're going to fight. Well, those two adults in that house is now facing a squad. All right, they don't come door to door to your house with one guy, Deputy Do-Right, knocking on the door with a piece of paper. Hi there, friend. I'm here to get your guns. No, they come in with an armored vehicle. They're coming in looking like paramilitary, body armor, AR-15, snipers on the back, shotguns, and they're kicking down, battering your door if you won't surrender. And gun, 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 boom, boom, boom. They seem to do all the time. That would be very bad. So I don't see them coming down the streets with a loudspeaker. They're going to come systematically. Hey, we got a call. Who called you? Well, you'll find out later. And just write whatever they want to. Okay? Anybody can call. See? So they're going to start doing it that way. Yeah, I do see that happening. I really do. All right, what else we got here, guys? Just my thoughts. I could be wrong. There's a reason why those billionaires years have got bunkers in New Zealand. Oh, yeah, they do have the bunkers there, mainly because they believe that nobody would ever nuke New Zealand. I don't know. I wasn't a Lord of the Rings fan, so I have no problem. My wife knows. How do you know that they filmed it there in New Zealand? Because my wife is a Lord of the Rings fan, so she tells me all the time stuff like that. Interesting facts. Marv is live. Well, he came on live early tonight. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm hoping for an alien space invasion. Now, it's a possibility, John. It really is, buddy. I don't know if my preps really are prepared for something like that. I mean, we do food, water, security, but I guess if it bleeds, you can take it down. So. But now, if they're just bombarding Earth from the upper atmosphere, you don't really stand a chance. Maybe that's what Space Force is for. But yeah, that is funny though. I know you're meaning a joke there, bud. But yeah, I've had someone else ask me what I'm going to do when aliens come to Earth, and I'll be the first guy that gets his first kill. Yeah, I know there's something wrong with me, guys. There really is. All right, what else we got here, guys? Grand D is in the house. I think I saw someone else respond. What's your email? I have a post. It is centralfloridaprepper@hotmail.com. My dad was a major Semper Fi. Yeah, my dad was a grunt. I've actually got a lot of family that was Marine Corps. But we got some Navy. We got Air Force, Navy, Army, Marine. We got no Coast Guard. But we got all the major fours. Yeah, we don't have any Coast Guard. All right, let me catch back up the chat here. Not that Hotmail Flash, mail.com. Rip Curl, hey CFP, thanks for the heads up on the email. My internet has been weird the last few days, but I will jump on to be in tow. All right. Yeah, I was explaining that with the move and everything, Rip Curl, I wasn't really going to be doing much of the collaborations for the next few weeks till I started getting everything situated here. That's why we don't have anybody on collaboration tonight. It's just me running my mouth. It's just I didn't have time with everything going on to work on story ideas and stuff like that for content with another creator and then have them on, because I just uploaded the other video to my other channel while I was waiting, trying to get this live stream up. So yeah, that's why I haven't done much reaching out as far as collaboration videos for this week and next couple weeks. And let's be honest, a lot of people are with their families preparing for the holidays. I mean, I'd rather them do that than me pull somebody away from their family members and stuff like that to do a live stream with CFP. I mean, come on. So yeah, I definitely respect people needing their time with their families and stuff. I mean, this is just YouTube, guys. Perhaps have a blaring alarm set up outside so that a group of armed families can come and protect one another as a local security force. Ryder does. We do have a prepper community that is, what can I say? Not to watch how I talk about this. We have an action force. Let's put it that way. If something goes down. But we also have to look at the scenario too. If they were doing a red flag, come get everybody's firearms, which I can't own a firearm. I can own a black powder rifle. I can own crossbow, things like that. But while I'm in Florida, I'm not dealing with anything firearm related until I get out of Florida. Florida has a huge return of, if you ever went to prison, they're going to do their best to put you back in. That's just the way it is down here. So I try walking a fine line when it comes to everything legally here. I watch my rear end. I do not want to go back. 3.5 years was long enough for me. Okay. But when it comes down to something like that, yes, stand up for your Second Amendment right. I do understand. And what you do is on you. I can tell you with our group here, if they come rolling in, we're going to have to look at the situation, okay? What's going on in the world today? If it's everyday, normal day, it's not SHTF, and they're going to come and do the red flag law on people, that was actually fireworks. Yeah, that's fireworks. That's not, I don't know if y'all heard that or not. That's fireworks. We get them all the time here. So we're going to take a look at that first. We're not just going to, you can't have this. We're starting conflict, because the W word is flagged, with law enforcement that wants to, which since the new law is coming into play, everybody has family and stuff. You know, we're not willing to die when it's not SHTF. I mean, you still have to abide by the rules, or you're going to be locked up freaking forever. And then whenever SHTF happens, you're locked up. But it's up to y'all what y'all do. I can't tell you either way. I do know that I value my freedom. I value not being locked up. I value my life and the life of my family. So I have to make a decision if something like that happens. I have to look at everything before I say, oh no, out of my cold dead hands before you get this. Okay? Then you're outnumbered, you're dead. What'd you accomplish? Something to think about. But I'm not saying you listen to me. You do what you want to on that, guys. Woodpecker? No, that's fireworks. All right, French File. I saw that you popped in here. Good to see you. Bones, how's it going, buddy? Don't worry, I'm here. All right, what else we got here? CFP is running solos and being serious, and here I am sitting acting up. Flash, I would not expect anything less. Okay? You're always good, buddy. Aliens, aka zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Well, the way I look at the zombie apocalypse, guys, I look at, in preparation for that, I look at disease outbreak, quarantine, stuff that you can work with and prepare for. And as far as the massive hordes, I'm thinking civil unrest. So as long as you're preparing for those, you don't have to worry about the zombie apocalypse. But then again, there could be one. I don't know. I don't know whether they're working on those sealed labs and things like that. As a matter of fact, not everyone will know what they're working on until it gets released. I think CFP should put out a sexy calendar. I do have a sexy calendar. It's a calendar full of muscle cars. It's freaking awesome. All right, what else we got here? Kevin Fugel fam, just want to say, great truck you picked out there. Yeah, I wound up getting a great deal on it. Like I said in that video before, one of our groups here, one of the guys, members in our group here, he has a friend in Leesburg that also has a car lot. He's a lieutenant on the police force out that way. He owns a car lot, and they hooked me up. They had it, and they were actually going to give it away to somebody else. It was his nephew or something like that, and the kid couldn't get his driver's license. He had his driver's license removed. So, you know, I lucked up. I did. Bones Marf is on news at CFP. Give me a second, guys. I'm not seeing him. Oh, he's on Marfugel News. Okay. Magnetic North is moving fast. Yeah, guys. So Adam is up and running right now on Marfugel News, not TV. Marfugel News looks like he's got a cover story on Magnetic North is moving fast. Remember I talked about the pole flips. So I fully understand if y'all want to head over there. I always show support for Adam on Marfugel TV and Marfugel News. He has really helped me out on this channel. All of you guys from Marfugel family, that came over here and helps, support this channel. I do appreciate that. So I will not keep y'all here. If y'all want to go over there, y'all go right ahead. Again, I'm going to try to catch what else I got going on here. Black powder is racist. Oh my God. Well, that's good. It's a Chevy. Yeah. Prepper Nurse 1 was on, but I'm here now and will be with Marf later. Karen, good to see you. Are we talking about this Virginia mess? I'm not friends. I don't have a lot of information on that. Like I was telling everyone here lately, I have not been watching the news very much. I've been very busy with everything, trying to move everything here, get everything ready. Just that we had a question. Someone was asking about what I thought about the governor talking about using National Guards to make 80 counties comply with their orders. That's what we're addressing there. Okay. Yeah, I think it's important to take each situation as it comes. Yeah, Ryder does. I mean, it'd be nice if I can just say, will you join us there? I don't think I'm going to be able to join there right now. I don't want to just end my live stream just because he came on, which, like I said, I fully support him on his channel. Just I've already got a live stream going. I don't want to just shut down. All right, let's see what else we got here, guys. I missed that. My chat jump. I apologize. Super deal, but grease that drive shaft. Yeah. I worked as a mechanic for years. I got to do a lot of regular maintenance on this stuff before we head out. And like I said, I got till second week of January to get all that done. But yeah, definitely appreciate the heads up on that. I also don't think many will follow on constitutional laws. Just my 2 cents. I know I wouldn't. Swiss Army Josh. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of people going against that. But like we were just talking about, you got to take it each scenario as you can. You got to think a lot of things through. Bones is going to be a short one. I'm guessing you're talking about the Marfugel News live right now. I am curious what he's covering. I think he's talking about how which I haven't seen it yet. I think he's talking about how the magnetic north is moving. I talked about in the past how we're seeing how it's going to be another polar flip. And when that happens, it's happened many times in the past as far as the Earth itself, is history of the Earth. The poles have flipped many times over. I mean, we can see that in the lava, the bedrock and stuff, the lava, the cool down lava rock in the ocean. You can see where I think it's iron has moved with the magnetic pull and how it's always changed different times. That's because the magnetic poles have changed during those flumes. Um, Also, when this happened, they say it could either happen instantly like that, or it could take 1,000 years to resettle. All right, and they're also talking about when it does it, the magnetosphere can actually collapse. Now that magnetosphere, if it collapses, the Earth is being bombarded with solar radiation. In other words, anything above ground, unless it's protected, it's dead. All right, now that could happen. If the magnetosphere was to collapse, it can happen fast, and it can pop back up quick, or it can take centuries to restart itself. But it has always restarted itself. Others have been worried about when it does this flip, it just leaves a huge opening to get bombarded for a certain period of time before the magnetosphere collapses back in place. So they're also worried about that too. There's a lot of things that could happen. So I'm afraid they can't really say this is a perfect model of what's going to happen. They don't have that ability. So they put out a lot of different theories and stuff that might possibly happen. But I'm not going to cover that story because apparently it looks like Adam is right now. So, yeah, definitely. I'm going to go back over and watch that in the replay, guys. So, let's see what else we got here, guys. Mark's covering pole shift. Okay. Okay. Yeah, then the call-in show later. Bones, yeah, that's awesome. I would definitely be there for the call-in show for sure. I guess that would be the regular Morphical TV. And like I said, guys, nothing against Adam at all. I just didn't want to shut down my stream just to jump over there. But everybody's more than welcome to go over there and check out what's going on right now. I fully support that man. He has done nothing but great things and always been very kind to me. Anytime I've got to call in to a show, he's been very nice to me. He doesn't go, oh, God, it's that redneck. He doesn't do that. He's actually been very nice. So any more questions, guys, that we can go ahead and get into while I have everybody? And, that could be any question, guys. I mean, I can tell you a little bit about what we're fixing to go do on our vacation if you'd like. My wife has signed us up for a haunted, it's not a haunted mansion, it's some type of haunted tour. They give you your own K2 meters. Even as soon as she did that to sign us up, I think she signed us up for a Wednesday tour. Both me and her did the dude from Ghost Adventures, the dude Aaron, because every time something happens, it screams dude. So we're going to try to film a lot. And she said, you're not going to do that, Ari. I said, I am. As soon as I get in there, I'll be the guy doing that, being a complete moron. So yeah, that's going to happen. Let's see what we got here. What a vacation. Yes, we're going on vacation on Monday. We're going to be gone for a week. Well, we'll be coming back home. Yeah, we'll be coming back home next Monday. Braindead New Yorker. Flash Frank, I have one. All right, what else we got here? Braindead New Yorker, you can definitely ask your question, bud. We need to support each other. No one else will. I've actually had a lot of support from everybody. That's freaking awesome. Especially you guys that have went over to my secondary channel, the Wyoming Homestead. I forgot the name of it. I'm that tired. For everyone that went over there and helped, went over there and subscribed and stuff, guys, I do appreciate that. In class, I once asked, why is it not okay to kiss a hooker? I shouldn't have read that one out loud. Wow. Storing attached garages would be fine. Are y'all talking about fuel? Saw coming to a head, dodo birds, brace yourselves. Billy Bird outdoors. Hold on a second. I've got somebody texting me right fast. Okay. That was Bones. Yeah, no worries, Bones. I sent you a text back. Yeah, there's no problem at all, man. All right, any question? All right. Well, let's see here. I'm trying to think if I got anything else to cover, guys. You're blushing. I'm telling JT. All right, so I'm not seeing any question, guys. So we might still be ending the stream early tonight. Seriously, I did ask that suspended for a week. My dad laughed when I told him. Yeah, it's not like your dad and my dad would have got along just fine. Over the propane bottles. I do have a question, Josh, on propane. Maybe someone know. You know what? I just need to Google it probably. What is the freezing temperature for a propane tank? Because it gets cold in Wyoming. And yes, I will have propane too. Did you get my text, CFP? No. I got a text from somebody else. I did not get your text. No, that was not you. All right. Okay, that's just getting crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this on the high note before we get a little too far off track there. All right, guys, again, I appreciate every single one of y'all for coming in here and hanging out with me tonight. Again, next Friday, we will be doing our live stream from our vacation spot. So hopefully you'll be able to join us there. I'm hoping to have my wife on with me with the on the live stream. Of course, she'll be with me on vacation. All right, let's get that cleared. But hopefully, I'll be able to have her on the live stream next upcoming Friday. But we will be doing some other videos and stuff while we're out there. Just to be doing it. It's nothing to do with prepping or anything else like that. Are you digging a well? Bones, we will be digging a well, but not when we first get out there. We're going to do water collection, rainwater, snow melt to begin with. I ran into a lot of issues with digging my own well. I have to get permits. Okay, some states you're allowed to dig 20 feet deep for groundwater, and anything over 20 feet, you have to get a permit. They have to come out and test, check everything because possible contamination with the groundwater. Well, the property, the average groundwater is hitting at between 32 to 48 feet. So then I'd have to get a permit for sure. If I got caught doing a well without permits, some hefty fines. I miss a lot of fines. And for a deep water well, I'm going to have to go very deep. It's like, oh man, I done forgot now. It's a couple hundred feet. So I'm going to have to, and that's another thing. I have to be a licensed well digger to dig. Even if I got a permit, I still have to be licensed to do it. So basically you have to, hire a company to do it. They have a monopoly out there. There's not that many well digging services out there, so the prices are high. So when we first do everything, it will be water collection, and unfortunately, luckily there is a Flying J not too far away. It is on the way to Rollins that does have RV service tanks. They refill you can fill up your water and everything else there. at that station is like $10 per fill up, which isn't bad. I mean, until we get our rainwater collection set up. But it seems like every time I turn around, I'm running into another wall. Boom. First it was that the bank put a hold and then canceled my account with my money in it. So I gotta wait for that. They said they're gonna mail it to maybe 7 to 10 days. That was yesterday. And then when I get that check, I gotta go to my bank, and they're gonna hold it for 10 days. I was supposed to pick up the camper today. I had to call that guy after telling, me and him that had this long conversation about how buying things on Craigslist, he's been screwed over. People say, oh, yeah, man, I'll be there with the money, and never show up. Well, I called the guy back. I said, dude, I hate to do this to you. This is the situation. I said, if you still have that camper in 20 days, yes, I will buy it from you. But if you get another buyer, feel free to go ahead and sell it. It's just one of those things, because I really don't want to get into my savings. I mean, we've got my savings a lot when I got hurt. I mean, I wasn't making much. So this settlement check was going to help fix what we had to spend. Because we were supposed to leave last spring. And it's just like one thing after the other, man. It's just the good thing. The truck was a good thing. That was a positive note. And I've been checking a lot of maintenance on it and stuff like that. And a lot of things have turned out very good. All right, there are some minor things that I have to fix, but for $1,500, I still got a great deal. So, with anything, that's life. You get something working very good, then something else goes bad. Just like right now, the water's out in the house. I got to go over there and figure that out. So actually, I might go ahead and end the stream early tonight, guys, because while I was sitting there talking, I completely forgot about that. So I've got to go in there and try to figure out what's going on with that. The comment, I forgot who said it, but check my spigot outside, make sure someone didn't come over there and turn it off, especially since I've been having problems out here anyway. So I will. And I still got grease underneath my fingernails, apparently. We're working on the truck. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go take care of that, guys. I do apologize for that. I completely forgot. Central Florida Prep at the Flying J in truck lanes. They don't charge for water. Bones, that is great information. Yeah, I was reading up on their RV services because, I'll be pulling the camper behind the truck. And it was like $10 for, it was basically a full service dump, the sewage, dump your gray water, and water fill up was like $10. But imagine being CFP's cellmate. In prison, I didn't have a single cell or a bunkie or nothing like that. I got sent to the work camps quick. And the work camps is a big dorm. Big room. We had I think there's 80 beds on each side of the building. So each small building was like 160 people. Now when I got sent to the hole, yeah, that was solitary. I didn't have a cellie there. That was all solitary there. All right. Just dump it around the streets before you leave. No, Kevin Fugal, I can't do that. I might do the what was the National Lampoon's Vacation one? I think it was a Christmas one with Chevy Chase and Randy Quaid. He was dumping the septic in the water drainage beside the road. No, I'm not going to do anything like that. But yeah, that was hilarious. I remember watching that as a kid. Showers at Flying J too. Yeah, I do know that the showers. I drove truck for 9 months years ago. I'm sorry, MG2. I misspoke. It was $1,500. It wasn't $1,300 for the truck. It's $1,500, and then I had to pay for the title change and all that good stuff. Pull over to a ditch. Patricia, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I found some on Tractor Supply. I think they were 120 gallons. And then I'll use the transfer pump. But when I first go through, I will be using the camper to fill up there. Once the camper's on site, it's on site. We're not going to be picking that back up and drive it back in. We do have septic already set up there with the leach field, so we've already got that in place. But yeah, everything comes down to finances, really. All right, guys. WV, good to see you again. I'm actually fixing to get off here. Again, guys, I'm gonna go try to figure out why the water is not running. All right, so I will catch you guys later, and don't forget, I did just put up a video on the secondary channel. Go check that out. I am playing electrician. I'm over there putting the lights on the new truck. So, seriously, you can go to a campsite to dump, looking to stay camping. Yeah, see, I really don't have to dump that much, guys. I mean, once I get on property, I'm good. I've already got septic, and I've already got a leach field set up. I have a secondary tank for gray water, too. So that's already done. I did that 2 years ago when we bought the property. But when we went out there to check it out, I did that much to begin with, and we haven't been back in 2 years. Frozen pipes. No, Bones, it's like 78 degrees right now in December. Yeah, no frozen pipes here. But I don't know. So I took a shower, ate dinner, and then I went to go wash my hands. No water. Everybody else around me has water, except for me. So at first I thought maybe a pipe busted somewhere, but I don't hear any running water anywhere. So odds are somebody came over and turned my water off. So I'm gonna go check that out. All right, guys. I will see y'all over there at Marfugo TV when they do their live stream. I'm a live call-in show. But till then, I'm gonna go figure out what's going on in the water system here. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.